This is Jarrod Horak, and in this video, I'm going to share 3 live long shots worth considering Breeders' Cup Saturday at Del Mar on November 1st. And the past performance data in this video provided by todaysracingdigest.com. And the first live long shot comes in race 6, the Breeders' Cup Sprint. And that horse is number 11, Mulligan, and he is 15 to 1 morning line. Now, he was third rallying from off the pace in the Breeders' Cup Sprint last year. And he's in decent form. His last race wasn't great, but prior to that, he was in decent form facing some good horses. He was in the Grade 1 Churchill Downs against some very good horses like Mindframe, Nisos, and he was competitive in that event. And then in his recent starts, he's been running against Bookham Dano, and he hit the board in a couple of those races. Bookham Dano was considered the top sprinter in the country this year. And his last start was disappointing, and that should lead the bettors to jump off of him and look for other horses. Now, Flavien Prat's going to ride, and for this one, he is versatile. Now, he can run up on the pace, but as we saw in the sprint last year, he can rally from off the pace. There's a decent amount of speed in here, and I would expect Flavien Prat to have him off the pace trying to rally, and maybe he can at least hit the board. Now, these live long shots, not necessarily top choices, but horses that you can use in your exotics. And for the Breeders' Cup, you could play trifectas, superfectas, super high fives. So these horses definitely worth using in those wagers. And for Mulligan, as I said, his last race was disappointing. His form before that, pretty good. And he does have a good fire number. Looking at the race header, the fire number is speed throughout a race, and he has a 103, which shows the way. So Mulligan is fast enough to compete with these on his best day. He's run in high-class races, so the class level is okay. This distance a little bit short for him, but I think if he can run as well as he did in the Breeders' Cup Sprint last year, Mulligan can be used at a price. He's 15 to 1 morning line. And my second live long shot for Breeders' Cup Saturday comes in race 8. This is the Breeders' Cup Turf at 1.5 miles on turf. And the live long shot is the 10, El Cordobas, and he's 15 to 1 morning line. Now, he is the stablemate of number 1, Rebels Romance, for trainer Charles Appleby. And Rebels Romance has won the Breeders' Cup Turf twice. He's 5 to 2. He's a solid contender again. El Cordobas, he fits with these. Looking at the race header right now, El Cordobas, he definitely fits on class. He was in Grade 1 company in his last 2 starts. He was in good form overseas prior to coming to the U.S. His first start in this country was the Grade 1 Sword Dancer, and that day he got a 1:68 final time rating at 1.5 miles. That puts him in the mix here. He was third behind Rebels Romance last time out, and his connections thought he could have been second with a better trip. So El Cordobas, he fits on class. He has that 1:68 final time rating from the Grade 1 Sword Dancer. He appears to be training well for this event. At a big price, you can definitely throw him into the mix in the Breeders' Cup Turf. And my final live long shot for Breeders' Cup Saturday comes in race 12, the Grade 1 Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Turf at 1 mile and 3/8 on turf. And the angle I'm using here is the fractional charting. This is something I haven't talked about a lot in these Today's Racing Digest videos, but I'm going to be doing a complete video in my How to Use the Today's Racing Digest video series. And I'm going to be doing a video on fractional charting next week, so stay tuned for that one. But we're going to use fractional charting in this event, and the fractional charting is Today's Racing Digest handicappers picking out a representative line for each horse, how they expect the horse to run in today's race under today's conditions. And now we will pull up the fractional charting, and you'll see they rank the horses based on the final times they expect them to earn in today's race. And Diamond Rain is expected to run the fastest race, followed by She Feels Pretty. They're both solid contenders. They'll probably both take some money in this event, but then the horse with the third best fractional charting goes to Belleza in here, and Belleza is number 12, and she is 20 to 1 morning line, and she does seem to fit with these. She's a 2-time graded winner on turf at 1 mile and 3/8 in North America. Both of those races were on firm turf, so she seems to excel at this distance, and she likes firm turf, and she gets the 1 mile and 3/8, and she'll get that firm turf at Del Mar. Now it's just a question of will she be able to step up and face this salty international group. But she's one that has run well enough to be considered a contender in this event. And at 20 to 1, you can do worse um, picking these horses at lower prices, because she certainly is at 20 to 1 worth a shot in here. She has won, as I said, 2 graded races at 1.3 miles on firm turf. So she's one you can definitely throw into your tickets if you're playing trifectas, superfectas, and the super high five. Definitely consider Bellezza number 12 as a horse that you could use in those wagers. Now, if you need past performances for Breeders' Cup Day, you can get those past performances, the complete digest, at todaysracingdigest.com on their Breeders' Cup page. That complete digest is packed full of information. You'll have analysis, wagering strategies, you'll get the fractional charting, you'll have the fast figs, the fire numbers, all the Today's Racing Digest speed ratings, performance ratings, class ratings, and so much more information. So if you need that complete digest for Breeders' Cup Saturday, you can get that at todaysracingdigest.com. And they also have a special if you want to purchase Today's Racing Digest meet long subscription for the Del Mar Fall Meet from October 30th through November 30th. You can get that unlimited downloads at Del Mar at todaysracingdigest.com for $99. That includes both Breeders' Cup days as well. So you can go over to todaysracingdigest.com for more information, and I will include a link to that offer in the video description below. And if you want my full card analysis, you can get my full cards for Breeders' Cup Friday and Saturday and every day at Del Mar. I cover full cards each day at Del Mar. I have a handicappers page at todaysracingdigest.com. You can purchase my analysis there. You can also get my full card analysis at the runawayhorse.com on my shop page. That is my personal website. And don't forget to like, comment, and share these videos if you like them. Subscribe to my channel as well. It's free to subscribe. And until I see you next time, good luck at the races. Good luck in the Breeders' Cup. I hope you cash a lot of tickets.